Yo, today's video I'm going to be talking to you about why you shouldn't put things on a pedestal. What do I mean by pedestal? Let's say you have a goal. You want to have a Lamborghini. Now, let's say all you think about is this Lamborghini, how you're going to drive it, how you're going to take your girlfriend for a drive, how nice it's going to look, what other people are going to think. What's that going to do? Right? That puts an image in your head that this Lamborghini is going to do all of this for you while you're still down here. And once you get the Lamborghini, you're going to be this happy. Right? In reality, what happens when you get that brand new game that you think is going to be so fun that you're going to play for months, years, you're going to play that game for the rest of your life? What happens once you get that game? You play it for a couple weeks, you're like, oh, and then you go back to the old game where you actually play more consistently. The game is fun for a bit, you get so hyped, and nothing ends up happening. You shouldn't put things on a pedestal. Your goals. There are some goals. There are materialistic things that you want. There's girls that you want that you put on pedestals. That in reality just bring you further and further from what you want. So if you have a Lamborghini or a girl or anything, one of your goals on a pedestal, it's more likely that you will not be able to attain whatever is on the pedestal. I read this concept from Reality Transurfing. The author speaks about how if you put something on a pedestal, something that you really, really want, let's say you want a motorcycle, you're thinking about what that's going to do for you. You're not thinking about how you're going to get it. You're thinking about what it's going to do for you, all the benefits it's going to bring, how you're going to feel once you have it, and how it's going to change your life if you do it, if you do get it. But what he talks about is, he says the more you like or want something, the more you put it on a pedestal, the more likely it is that you're not going to achieve that thing. Most of the time, if we keep thinking about something, that thing either happens or it doesn't happen. Now look, if you put a girl on a pedestal, she's the prettiest girl, 10 out of 10. You're down here. You're going to give thoughts like, I'm not good enough for this girl. I'm not going to be able to get this girl. Thoughts like that are going to corrupt your head, and you're actually going to believe that she's up here and you're down here, when it could be like this, or like this, or even like this. You may be too good for her, but you wouldn't know because you have her on a pedestal. You gave her a stool to stand on. So now in your head, she is such high value. Or it is such a high value item that it doesn't matter if it's actually just the worst thing in the world. It's on a pedestal in your eyes. And the more you look at it, the more you think, damn, how much work is it going to take for me to get up there? Instead of just doing it in a nonchalant way. So when do you do your best? When you're not overthinking, right? If you're not overthinking, how do you not overthink? You don't put things on pedestals. You have a presentation. You have to present in front of the whole class. In your mind, normally, think back to when this happened. You have to present in front of the whole class. Your mind is thinking, what am I going to say? What in the world's going to happen? Am I going to stutter? And your mind just completely destroys it. But now think if you didn't put that presentation on a pedestal. If you just went in there and nonchalantly presented. No care in the world. What happens? And I know this may be hard. You're going to feel feelings, that's normal. But you won't overthink. You have mental clarity. All right, I have to do speech. Just think of it as one of the things he said in his book, Reality Transurfing, is think of it as you're walking into a store and buying a newspaper. Which nowadays nobody's going to buy a newspaper, but you're going to go to the corner store and buy a Snickers bar. Actually, no, bro. Not a Snickers bar. Buy some water. Go to the corner store and buy some water. You're not going to think much about it. You're just going to go and buy the water. You're not going to overthink, what am I going to say to the cashier? Oh, how much money is it going to be? It's going to be too expensive. No, bro. You're just going to walk in, buy the water, walk out. Hydration. Alright? Don't put things on pedestals. It'll just make you overthink, and you won't be able to take any action. You won't be able to work. You won't be able to do anything because you'll only be thinking about that one thing. And a lot of us on self-improvement, we have ambitious goals, bro. We are very ambitious people. And prioritizing our goal is what we need to do. But thinking about it. I want to live this millionaire lifestyle. I want to buy a Bugatti. I want to have this beautiful girlfriend. Right? That's all you're going to think about. You're not going to think about how am I going to do it? How am I going to do this? How am I going to get this money? How am I supposed to get this car? How am I going to get this girlfriend? You're thinking about, oh shoot, I want it. I want it. So what you need to do is nonchalantly do your work. I'm not saying do careless work. Focus on the journey. Obviously, the things are going to come. But in reality transurfing, he says, most of the time, when you do not focus on what you want, it will just come to you. That's all I gotta say. You guys keep improving. Peace.